go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He will wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, what's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo.
Oh, sorry to hear that there, River. Everybody prayed for River to get strong.
Haribo, Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ. Haribo, Raja Janma Palana, Asura Kurana Shana.
OGEB.com.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yeah, so River looks like she needs some help in healthcare. If anybody is free and can go and spend some time with her, I think that's what she's saying. Maybe go and live with her for a while and help her out. Maybe if anybody's free, there might be some. There's probably somebody around. Or you can contact her and find out what can't do this bad unless I know. Yeah, I don't know. Get some details. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Gauranga Nityananda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, All right, let's chant a little japa now. Here, you can turn your microphone on. And let's see here.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hari 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 Ram Hari
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama.
Ram Ram Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama.
Hari Rama Rama Rama
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna, Hare
Hari Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama Rama Hari
Rama,
Hari Hari
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare.
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada,
Jesus Prabhupada.
Jesus, Srila
Jesus
Prabhupada, Jesus,
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus,
Jesus
Srila
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila
Jesus
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Sri Advaita, Sri Advaita, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh my Lord.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama.
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama.
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama, Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama.
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
oh my Lord
Hare Rama,
Jesus.
Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna.
Rama.
Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Oh Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari Krishna Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Krishna Oh my Lord
Krishna,
Krishna Hari Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 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 Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama.
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Rama, Rama, Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hari
Krishna
Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari Rama,
Hare
Hari Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari, Hari
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama, Hari
Rama
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama Rama, Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama
Mm.
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama, Hari Rama, Rama, Hari Hari,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hari Hari,
Rama Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna Hare
Hari
Hare Rama Hare
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare
Hari
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna, Hari Hari,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Rama, Hari Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hari Hari,
Hare
Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hari
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hari
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari
Rama Hare
Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hari Hari, Hari Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hari Rama,
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hari Hari,
Rama
Hari
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Krishna
Hari
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hari
Krishna
Hari,
Hare Hare
Hari
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Hari, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna
Hari
Hare
Hari,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hari
Hare
Hari, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Hari Hari,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari,
Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So we're going to read from reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 20. Yeah. Madhya Lila, chapter 20. Yeah, I was just thinking about The Matrix. The Matrix is that movie. Anyway, people are used as batteries. You know? And I'm sitting here chanting, and I'm realizing, and Lalita's chanting, everybody's chanting, Johan's chanting. I guess, I think everybody more or less is. But the whole world is chanting, the whole universe. Actually, everybody is chanting. Everybody's chanting. But what are they chanting? See? So the Maya is, River. I'm not. I'm sorry. I know you're sick, and I have to get through this. I have to get through this. And yeah, I have to get through this, and I'm just hesitant, because otherwise things will go in another direction. And I can't let that happen right now. Afterwards, after the discourse. Yeah. I just can't take a chance right now. This is too important. Yeah. This is, I don't know, man, I'm not, people don't understand. It's just hard to understand. But this is life, man. The whole, like I was saying, the whole universe is chanting. But what are they chanting? They're chanting about, or hearing and chanting. The whole universe is all about hearing and chanting, especially if you got a body. Hearing and chanting, that's what's going on. But what are you hearing and chanting? Things about the world, and therefore, you're always trying to get more content, and that's why there's always more movies and more narratives. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You're already starting to do, because you want sympathy, and I understand it. You're sick and all that, but this is beyond all of that. And I'm. You may not understand. I have to remove this. I have to get through this. I cannot go back into that. So, yeah. Let me just do something here. This is the problem. See, like people, when you're in the world, they think you don't care. This is caring. Caring is bringing forth the transcendental message in this world, no matter what. No matter what people misunderstand and all that, because this is the life. People are dying. We're on a battlefield here. People are dying because of the material content in the world, material ideas, material conceptions. They're misleading everybody. That's called ignorance. Ramananda Roy, he was teaching this to Lord Caitanya, actually. Lord Caitanya loved to hear, he loved to hear the truth, He says there's three potencies in God's whole thing, the whole creation and the spiritual dimension also. There's three energies. There's the spiritual energy, and there's the material energy, okay? And then there's the jiva. This is the essence that nobody knows. You can't learn this in school. You can't learn this by your parents usually, unless they're, self-realized. You can't learn this from Brahmins. Oh, you can learn it superficially, but they don't understand it. You have to be a jiva. Jiva is the centered between these two realities. One is a temporary reality, and the other is the permanent, eternal reality. That's why you see chapter 1 on the Srimad Bhagavatam says the highest truth is reality. That means eternal reality, distinguished from illusion. That's temporary reality. Okay? And there we're a jiva listening to either. You can go to McDonald's or any place or the TV, and you got the kata, you got the talk. You're taking it in, and your heart's getting polluted and contaminated and unclear, and you're getting confused, and you wonder why people are going to take pills and are depressed, and everything is because of what they're hearing. This is a chance for people to hear from the other side. See, the other side is a transcendental potency. And because we're situated in between. That is our nature. If we listen to the temporary topics of the world and all about the worldly changing conditions and all that too much, what happens? You go into that, and that's your reality. See, the illusion becomes real to you, becomes your reality. But the highest truth is to hear, You see, following the process. The process is by regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and all these things, these transcendental books. We have more than Srimad Bhagavatam now because Lord Caitanya came, and so we have the Leela of Lord Caitanya, which expanded the kingdom of God and that eternal reality. It's wonderful. See, it's more clear. So we're here. We have a choice what to listen to. See, so that's why Sadhu Sangha is we get together and talk about the eternal topics of the Lord and distinguish it from the illusion automatically, actually. Yeah. That's why I say this is just too important. If I let somebody in and then we start to go into that, then we lose this, and I just can't have it afterwards. Talk about, it's too important. It's kind of like when Srivasa's son even died. Srivasa's son died, and the wife said, "Stop the kirtan. See, stop the talk about eternal reality, and let's go and do all this stuff. Ain't it awful? Our son has died, and let's change everything back into this." See? So it's so funny. The Lord presents an opportunity like that. And so anyway, I wanted to go this way because it's important. We're here together to hear about what's eternal. Otherwise, we switch and then we lose this. And I rather bring tears to the eyes of Lord Caitanya than and suffer the misunderstanding of the world and people thinking you're hard-hearted. Yeah, eternal reality is wonderful, man. It's uplifting. See, raise into the spiritual dimension. It's that simple. That's why it says the spiritual master in that song that the Christian devotees sing every day. It's all in there. Sri Guru Charana Padma. You've got something like that here. The Lord is using Mr. Foolish Gaur Haridas to do that, to emanate ecstatic prema, and Lalita and Johans and whoever else is getting this mercy. Okay? And by their word, see, by your word, where word comes from that ecstatic premena, that's by their word. See, that word is Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Oh, wow, great. Got another opportunity there. See, because they worship the Lord with that ecstatic prema. See, it emanates and purifies. You see reality. Wow, that's eternal reality. Yeah, that's called devotion. This is the most hidden topic in the universe is devotion. Go down the street and ask, do you know what spiritual devotion is? And everybody will look. 99.9% of anybody in your city does not know what spiritual devotion is. Devotion to spirit. Go to the churches and see those empty churches and see how many people know about the value of devotion. If they did, they'd be there in a minute and surrender to Jesus. But the problem is they got religiosity, right? Materially motivated religiosity. And the ministers can't convince you. They cannot promote the absolute truth. They don't have the power because they don't have the realization. They don't have the personal experience of the value of devotion, the value of the eternal topics of the Lord, which are a storehouse of this love of God, right? We read that, didn't we? It's true. The name is a storehouse of love of God. That's why we get together and chant it so much. See? but the information, the knowledge of the world is a storehouse of ignorance and unhappiness and misdirection and inauspiciousness. And people are living on that and wonder why they're living under what the Bible says is the curse. St. Paul talked about this. He said, everybody's under the curse, and faith in Jesus Christ gets you outside of the curse. See, faith in what's the purport? The purport is faith in what's eternal. Well, yeah, Jesus Christ is eternal. His word is eternal. If you especially can get the when they don't stop mixing it, if you can, you have to sort it out to get the pure eternal essence. Now, after 2,000 years of editors who are not eternal usually, they have motives. See, the truths are spoken. See, spoken and acted by these great personalities like Jesus, Lord Caitanya. That as time goes down, they mix them and make them alloys and mix materially motivated religion with the words of these realized souls, the pure words that come through them that liberate. See, and then you get a mixture, an alloy. Even in our Vaishnava books, I have to sort it out even and get the pure essence. Teaching you guys how to do it too, because otherwise you got an alloy, man, and it messes your energy up. You start to become an alloy because you believe in alloys. I only believe in gold. I only believe in the golden truths of the golden avatar, the real teachings of Lord Caitanya. They are really liberating, man. They are juicy, they're ecstatic, and do they give you life? Freedom. Not alloy. Alan put mixing Vaidhi stuff with that stuff. Even Prabhupada did that because, in his preaching and this people are at, you got to get them attracted somehow. And so he's given us the job to kind of separate, just like, there's a smelting factory. You take gold and it's got some, alloy's got a little silver in it. Maybe it's got some rocks in there and some fool's gold in there. Fool's gold is, oh yes, Vaidhi Bhakti is eternal. It ain't eternal, man. Veda Vyas gave up that program and got into the storehouse of nectar in the pastimes of Krishna in the 10th canto, man. Now that's gold. It has nothing to do with alloys, nothing, just pure happiness of being close to Krishna. See, that's the kind of thing. You want to be close to Krishna? You want to know how ecstatic that is, man? You want to chant his name and know that name is non-different than the Lord. And just by opening your mouth and chanting that vibration, you got the companionship of God that even many demigods are striving to get and may not even have. Not like this. Not so intimate, man. That's why you see, what austerity is? The people they're trying to attain that Lord. We've already got him in the midst of us. We carry the cloud with us. See? Klaus Schwab, all he's got is the cloud in the computer. He wants to put you in that cloud. I'm not in that cloud. I'm in this cloud. You got to go in some cloud, man. You want to go into the cloud of Klaus Schwab's and the Internet of Things. You don't know all these. I researched all this stuff. Yeah, they want to have the internet. Put you in the cloud, man. I'm in my cloud. I stay in this cloud forever, man. The cloud of the mercy of Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna is the best cloud, man. You just live in the cloud. Live in the transcendental cloud of the mercy of God. Just like in the Bible, man, they had a cloud of God. God followed them in the form of a cloud, you feel that, man. It's like it's substantial for devotees who chant the holy name in ecstatic love. Substance. It's real for us. Just like people make the illusion real to them. It ain't real, but that's just coming and going, man. This stays forever, man. I open my mouth, there my Lord is, and more all the time. It gets easier and easier. It's quantum physics, actually, scientific. Whatever you put your attention on expands and becomes aware of you. See? Hey, man, it's great. This will get you God's attention. You come and chant at Sadhu Sangha. You come and chant with ecstatic devotees right here. The Lord is, and you put your attention on chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in this association, the Lord is going to become aware of you. And what does that mean? You become aware of him. And then you've got this marriage business going. You get together, rendezvous every day. It says, you don't bring the son of Srivas back by stopping the kirtan, by the way. Yeah, and take away a person's sickness by like, okay, let's listen, let's stop the kirtan. This is the kirtan. So the Lord has designed all this and that, I just responding how my heart said, no, this is my life, man. The Lord's here, to give us blessings. How many people have been sick and died? I'll just say what Srivas. How many times have we been around sick people, been doctors ourselves? How many sick people are in that? What if we stopped the kirtan for all the sick people in the world? We would never have any kirtan. There are always every day people are, and they're getting more of these things and more sicks, and yeah. But we got to keep the kirtan going. It's our only hope. It's the only hope for sick people to get well. Yeah. It's funny how Krishna works. Huh? Everything's he's always teaching us something, man. Always trying to, make us aware. Yeah. So that's it. We're jiva. So I'm amazed. Like God. This is fantastic. I just this eternal content is. You just go to Krishna for everything. We got the Prabhupada's books, the Goswami books. We got the name of God. We can carry that in. If we don't even have the books, you just chant Hare Krishna and the Lord's there with us. And then, you can do, I look at the content of the world and everything. And some things are necessary. I mean, the body, it helps the survival of the body, but it's very insignificant. This makes everything work out. I couldn't, there's 1 out of 6 people in the America, and probably the world actually. 1 out of 6 people, they did a study, that are on antidepressants. Can you imagine? 1 out of 6 people. That shows you must be a pretty depressing world. 1 out of 6 people. And then you know what else says? This is just a recent study. And they find out these things don't work. They don't actually work. And then you just get addicted to these things. This is called Maya, man. You want to stop being depressed? Come here. This is the best antidepressant you can ever find. The truth. It'll just uplift your spirit, man. That's why people that were on antidepressants, if they come here, they start to feel lifted. And the only time they go back to that stuff is they get attracted back to the world and worldly people. Attachments, Yeah. Attachment to man, woman, or world, or the sun, or something. You come see the sun here every day. The sun is shining here every day. The sun is eternal truth spoken in the world. Isn't that what Jesus is, the Son of God? What is that? What does that actually mean? The Son of God is the Son of the truth in this world, spoken by a representative. There you go. You found a real sun. See, sun, brightness. Yeah, this kind of sun, it could be cloudy day and everything. And this sun shines whether there's clouds or the sun is out. If you don't have this sun and the sun is shining, there's still depression. But this sun breaks through everything. Because it's life, man. It's life beyond the sun. Okay, for the body, it's nice to have sun. I go out in the sun and everything. Everything in perspective. See? But you got to have this sun, otherwise you're still not alive. You're just a mundane creature. Your body is healthy. People like, see, my body's so healthy. I do all these things, but if you don't awaken the spirit, it's like for nothing. Then your body dies, and then what did you develop in this world? What did you earn in this world? Oh yeah, well, I earned a nice body, man. I went to the gym. You see these guys, big muscles now, on the internet. See, this is important, right? Oh, it's okay. It's nice. It looks good, big fat muscles and healthy, and they attract the girls, or the women attract the men, they got that stuff going on. Then they both die. And you go, say you go before the Lord, and the Lord says, okay, what did you develop while you were here? Well, you see, I had that big muscle, but where is it? It disappeared. I spent all my time I thought that was what life was about, is to do that and to develop a nice career, and go to school and learn how to memorize these all this ignorant stuff there's not even useful, in for work. And I spent my like 5 years of that. See, how are you investing your time in the world? And then you get some job, and then you become important. You wear a nice suit and tie, right? And then you get opulences, and you become corrupted and a hypocrite and a liar and a cheater, like so many people are nowadays in this Kali Yuga, right? Oh yeah, if you're not a liar, cheater, then you can't do well now. Did you know that? You won't do well. I mean, unless you're with the team, man. The winning team now in this Kali Yuga with the demons is you become like them. You serve them. You go out there and oppress the people, right? Like they want. You go out there and those people are protesting for some freedom, and some happiness. You go out there and oppress them and you serve the elites, right? You become as bad as your masters. See? Here we become as good as our master. Who's our master? Caitanya, man. Radha and Krishna, the combined form of Radha and Krishna. Lord Caitanya is our master. Oh, I love this master. He's freedom. And I'm free in the Lord, man, because he's the controller of everything. He even controls these demons. He even says in the past times he controls it. He said, I can make them do whatever I want. And he does. That's why, you don't have to fight anything, because if it's going on, it's ordained, but it's all temporary, because nothing ever works here. No plans work out for the demigods or the demons. It's all the house is rigged. This is like a Las Vegas casino. Everything's rigged for us to lose until you become part of the house. Jesus talked about that. The house that will withstand everything. See? You got to get with the house. The house always wins. That was like the Pandavas, in the Mahabharata. The Pandavas, they sided with the house. The house was Krishna. He knew he was going to win the battle. But who was going to be his instrument? That's the thing. Who are you siding with? Duryodhana took the opulences and which corrupt everything, and he was just a dark demon type person. See, he sided with the corruptible, the opulences, and so Arjuna sided with the opulence of Krishna. That's what we're teaching here, how to side with the opulences of the Lord. The opulences of the Lord is himself. Even Krishna, he told Arjuna, he says, why are you choosing me? Why don't you choose the big army? I'm giving my army to whoever chooses my opulences. And Krishna said, no, I win or lose, doesn't matter. I just like being with you. That is more important to me than winning or losing or anything else. I want the opulence of you. See? That's a person that comes here and chants the Hare Krishna mantra. That's called Raganuga Bhakti. You come here because you want the opulence that we have. We have Krishna, many of us, Radha and Krishna. We have them. Anybody want those opulences, or what do you want to be, guru? Or you want money? You want a wife? You want something else? You want the depression that comes along with that? Or do you want what we have? Do you ever see Lalita depressed anymore? Maybe sometimes, I don't know, but probably not. She said, no, not now. How can you be depressed when you have the Lord? He's the medicine, man. He's the ultimate medicine. How can I be depressed if I got God in my life? That's why you get to the mentality, because we don't know what's going to happen, man. You don't know. They're all talk. A nuclear bomb could go off any second. All these problems, and the financial system could crash, and oh my God, do they have news, man? Now, man, if you're not depressed after hearing that, you're not normal. You're not normal to see the way the world is turning into a communist, fascist, the worst of the worst times, just like Jesus talked about. And what did Jesus say? You can't do anything about it, man. Don't worry about it. With every breath we have, let's get closer to the Lord, man. Right? That was Mars Prixit was like that. He had 7 friggin' days to live. He knew he was going to die on the 7th day. And he said, okay, what should I do? He asked Sukadev Goswami. He asked all kinds of sages. They gave all different things for him to do, like austerities. Do austerities, man. That reminds me of some gurus nowadays. Do austerities. Do Varnashram Dharma, these different opinions. And Mars Prixit said, no, it's something not right about that. His heart, he knew that. He's waiting. His whole life, he was waiting to meet that person that matched his heart and what he saw in the womb. That special energy, that special potency, what the Lord calls the transcendental potency. He wanted to see a representative of that in the world. A real son of God, a real truth spoken in this world. That means a body, man. Not illusions spoken by these guys, the hypocrites and lying and all that stuff. No, that's the Lord's illusory potency. You believe all that, then you become under that mystic illusion. You come under this, you'll be under the influence also. But man, this is good. Nothing as good as this influence. The influence of the truth. Oh my God, is it so great? Jesus Christ, that's why I'll worship you forever, man. The things you said are so true, so perfect. The truth will set you free, and my God does it. In my own experience, the truth has set me free. And setting me free every day. I don't want to be I'm completely set free right now. And then tomorrow, even more freedom. I like that. Ever fresh freedom. Like a new plate of food every day. Prasad. It's great. Okay? Talks of eternal truth. That's what the best, the most intelligent persons have done. Who are the most intelligent persons on this planet? Is it Einstein? No. Is it Socrates with they were talking about truths and all this stuff? No, they didn't really speak about deep eternal stuff. Is it any intelligent persons here that you know? Is it even in religion? Is it in the temples? Is that the most intelligent persons and all that together in religion? No, it's those who were here 550 years ago talking about gold, the golden avatar, the only meaning of advancing the spiritual life, the real essential teachings of Lord Caitanya, see, the real ecstasy of Lord Caitanya. See, those are the most intelligent persons in the universe. And we got that here, right here in this Sangha, man. And prove it every day. There's so much intelligence and so much real happiness here that people can't even come. They can't even understand it because they don't see that anywhere. But we're doing pretty good. Got 19. Yesterday I had up to like 22 or 23 people, 24, I think. That's doing good, man, because most of the world is listening to what? Temporary talks or talks of Varnashram Dharma. They think that's the greatest thing. No, this is the greatest thing. The greatest thing is to chant the holy names in great ecstatic devotion and to and to promote that truth and that glory in this world with your voice, in demonstration and in siddhanta, in theology, true, pure theology. He directs people right to the path, right? Yeah, come right here, man. Chant with us, and you'll get it's winning the lottery. This you'll take with you. Cultivating all that stuff out there in the world, it doesn't last, doesn't go with you. This lasts forever. What do you think there, Lalita? What's your opinion?
I think indeed this is the best thing you can do is here listening to Harikatha, hearing where your shelter is and experiencing and growing inside of this part. It's the best thing you can do, and it will solve your problems, but you've got to have the patience. Yeah, you've got to go through the purification. Now suddenly a person again blocked me because I said the truth, not wanting to hear the truth. Yeah, yes, so sorry. You've got to. How can you grow if you don't want to see the truth about yourself and about your actions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Jesus, when he was preaching, he knew there was going to be purification. It had to be to get to the level that he wanted to bring people. And those who stuck around and listened, that's why they were a smaller amount, because most of the world they're so identified with the worldly things and everything. It starts with a smaller group that are willing to go through the purification, then expands out from there. Yeah, so there has to be a core, and that's what we're doing. The same thing with Srinivas and Narottam's and Shamananda's preaching. They made groups. They had little groups that they dedicated and went through the purification. See, and otherwise you just stay in religion, and the all paths lie upon God, Krishna, like pearls on a string. So if you're not ready for this, you'll know the Lord will draw who He wants. We just go on preaching. I love this preaching. I love this. I love this eternal truth. I love the demonstration of it in this world. See, I love promoting this, and there are people that are looking for this. That's why you see all these truths that Jesus spoke are manifest here. Jesus said, if you have a light, I consider this the brightest light I've ever found. If you have a light, you don't put a shade over it. You stand it up for people to see. How do you do that? Well, show the prema in this world. That's a light. Man, people see it. It's like, boy, that's so bright. Not everybody likes it, but they see it. You have a light, yeah, shine it. Yeah, you have truth, man. Everybody's speaking bullshit and lies and cheating, right? They're speaking and getting people under their control. Why not? Hey, how novel that is. You speak absolute truth that comes from ecstatic worship. My God, yeah, fewer people will come at first, but those who do, they become very happy, right? They have a witness. Yeah, so we do that. You do that too. You share your little comments and stuff, and then people start to you start to have a light in this world. That's why Jesus said, "While I'm in this world, I'm the light of the world." What does that mean? To be more conclusive, while His word is in this world, that's the light is the word, man. That's why it says the Bhagavatam, these truths, Chaitanya Charitamrita. They're the book incarnation of God. So most people, they look at it and they don't understand the essential meaning. Needs to be spoken. Devotee Bhagavad. See, they speak the word. See, they speak life into you. See, that life goes in you and then it counteracts all that ignorance. If you listen long enough, if you find that that's valuable, you want to be purified, you want your clothing washed, your heart washed, your mind washed with all that bullshit that's been put in you by the Maya, the illusory pose. We're in Kali Yuga, my friends. Don't you know what Kali Yuga is? It's a dark place. Look how much darkness around us. We're just here in this bubble that doesn't pop. You know, they talk about financial bubbles that they eventually pop because everything pops. Religion pops. Religion is a house of cards. Jesus talked about that. He said, you don't build your house on a house of cards, a flimsy foundation. Got to be solid. This bubble, we remain in this bubble. We know how the value of remaining in this bubble. And if you don't, you'll go outside this bubble and you'll find out.
Everything has its price. Krishna has his price, actually.
Yeah.
You receive the mercy, but you've got to actually go through the fire for him. You've got to show him that you really want him, that you really want to go through the fire for him.
Yeah, that's why people come here. You see, they either really want the Lord. They've been looking for this because I was kind of like I looked in the world. It was like so drab, and a lot of depressed people. I guess a lot of people are really looking for this, because it's depressing the world. That's a great time to preach because you can end people's depression here. And that's the purification, because what made you depressed before, sometimes you go back to that bullshit. And you wonder why you're depressed. You're just going back to what made you depressed before. Yeah, go ahead, Lilita.
What's very depressing that I see with some people is that they expect others to fill them up. And they get disappointed because they don't connect to Krishna, and they are disappointed because others are not giving them the love that they want to drink, actually. But they should develop love for Krishna. That's the secret. And that's depressing.
No, they're going to the wrong persons for that. See, everybody is in Maya unless you're self-realized. So we're meant to go to the source. That's the whole thing of Guru. Guru just teach you to go to the source. Go to Krishna to fill up. Because you got to fill up. It's our nature to fill up. But people are misdirected by the illusory potency to fill up on people, with people that are in illusion. It's like trying to fill up from somebody that's drowning. And that is really the essence of the problem, is you go to the wrong people to fill your cup. But we're meant to go to the Lord, to take our cup. That's what I do with chanting holy name every day. I just take my cup. I'm the cup. See, I'm the body. This is a temple. I just go and I fill my cup up with God. And then I'm happy. I feel full, I feel satisfied. Perfect satisfaction. We're meant to do that. Otherwise, you're filling your cup with God, but in illusion. See, you go to people. See, people represent the Lord, but in a twisted fashion in Maya. See, they're under the illusory potency. So they also, like God speaks, right? God's supposed to speak, right? But he has another language. You gotta, he's spirit. So, but people speak, and you listen to that vibration. And if it's illusory, your mind gets cloudy and bewildered, and you forget who you are actually. That you're spirit. That's why you got to take a thorn to pluck out a thorn. Now you take the devotee who speaks eternal understanding into you, eternal knowledge, transcendental knowledge, see, into you. See, and that counteracts that poison. See, Prabhupada talked about it. That's why you got to hear a long time. Prabhupada said people, they're like been bitten by the snake of Maya, by the words of people in illusion. You believed in them. You believe in people who just naturally lie. They can't help it. Demigods are lying to you even though they're nicer. They're sweeter. They're more in a goody two-shoes, like Tom was mentioning. They're so good and so, the angels and all that. But if you don't know the real true nature and form of the Lord, you're still going to lie. Even the angels, if they don't know who God is as a person, they're still lying. They'll tell you, no, well, God is only Jesus. See, that's a lie. God is not only Jesus. You know, that's still a lie. People that you think I'm not going against Jesus loves that. Wow, somebody actually knows my mind, knows what I'm talking about, which has been lost by religion and all these alloys. Thank God Lord Caitanya came to enlighten us that the Lord is one, but has many forms. Can you distinguish a difference between a transcendental form of the Lord and a material manifestation of the Lord, like Klaus Schwab, or Bill Gates, or Trump, or Rupa Goswami, Sanatana? Can you distinguish those who represent the eternal forms of the Lord and side with that and that family? Can you understand Prabhupada's books, the essence of them, and side with that? That's why you need Shiksha Guru here, because I haven't been impressed with not even one guru I could say really understood the heart of Prabhupada's book. To be honest with you, and they're praising them as so high and everything. I haven't found one, not even one. Because I listened. Okay, they say this is the one. Okay, let me listen. Not impressed with one. Never even seen the kind of ecstasy I read about in the books, except here and those who are coming to listen. You show me anybody that has what we have, that's presenting Lord Caitanya as the only meaning of advancing in spiritual life. People are presenting other meanings. Oh, austerity is the only meaning of advancing in spiritual life. Renunciation is the only meaning. Varnashram Dharma is the only meaning in advancing spiritual life. Oh, okay, that's okay, but that's not really like the preaching 550 years ago. That's not like the realization that ecstatic devotees have and that are preaching. Prabhupada had that. All, Jesus knew these things. But what they preached, it's something like Jesus said, oh, well, I have more to tell you, but you can't bear it. See, this is the stuff people still can't bear. But I got Prabhupada's order and Krishna's blessing, so I'm going for it, man. You can't bear it? Okay, well, there's too much light for you. Well, then go to Radhanath or the exalted Acharya Dev. So, go out there. Got a lot of paths out there, right? Yeah. They're doing, everybody's a servant of the Lord. Yeah. It's on one level or another. I'm just here for the connoisseurs. If you're a connoisseur, you want to know the fine print. Are you a detail person? You like to know the fine print of a contract? You ever see those in the world? They got all the, I can't even read this shit. They got all these details and it's all mundane and there's a fine print. You got to study all that. I don't want to, no. But I love the fine print of the Lord's contracts, and truths. The fine. Let's get into the details. Right there, Lily? Every little detail of that. So amazing.
I like it when you tell us then how you when you share your revelations.
Sometimes they're immediate, they just come out. That's why I come here. I'm come here to be surprised. Jesus, it's like I totally relate to Jesus, man. You got to be like a Jesus, not Jesus. That's crazy. If you think you're Jesus, watch out, man. They're the ones. They're the real cult leaders. You got to be like him, though. You got to have the same thing. You got to be a real prophet, have the same communication with God, the same new things, like Jesus said, a real prophet, the mark of the eclair. You should all analyze. Gohari Das is as ordinary as he appears. Does he make clear what has been said before? This is the mark Jesus used the standard. Does he make clear the scriptures that you heard or read? Does he make it more clear than ever? And does he bring forth new things that you don't even read in the scriptures, but is true because it's built on all that foundational work? You ask yourselves a question. Yeah, go, but that's you got to become the scriptures. You got to become a devotee Bhagavat. That Jesus was. The followers of Lord Caitanya were. Why? They're part of the family, the eternal family, and the Lord uses them to preach his opinion. When anybody says here, and Mark this word when they say, and they will. Well, Gorhire has his opinion, but I have mine. Watch out. Because it's my opinion. I just siding with the Lord. I love that. I love not to speculate on the Lord's opinion. That's the power of this. That's what Prabhupada, he loved presenting Krishna's opinion. See, only if you've transcended the false ego can you do it. Because the false ego always wants to be the original. It's always imitating God. Wants to be the original instead of presenting the original. This is devotee, man. Devotees want to present their Lord because their Lord is perfect. Being perfect is not what people think. Being perfect is presenting to the world the supreme perfect. The Lord can empower you to do that. Only he can do it. This is what Jesus was teaching. All these things that we're reviving that even Christians don't clearly understand. Jesus said, you're going to get the Spirit like you're getting the Spirit here, and it'll be your Father talking to you through you by medium. But here we even get that more refined, the things that he said you couldn't bear. Your best friend will be talking through you. Father, this is better. Best friend, more intimate. Otherwise, it's
Well, yeah.
Father, I like Krishna's my friend, man. We're buds, man. Hey, Krishna, let's take a trip through the universe. Where do you want to go, Gauri? Where do you want to go? I don't know. What do you think over here? Yeah, let's go there. Let's go check it out. How would you like a relationship like that with God as your friend? Where you decide democratically. Or you want, order me, Lord. The Lord thinks, oh, that's okay in a relationship. He wants me to come up with that. But he likes the friend thing, it's more like you get together with friends, right? You think, hey, where do you think we can go today? Is that, to get it, decide on something. See, that's what friend to friend. Can have that relationship with the Lord.
Yeah, you say the Christians say you will have the Spirit, but somebody needs to give it to you, of course.
Well, awaken it. Yeah, awaken
okay,
it.
somebody needs to awaken it, an ecstatic minister, but where are they?
Yeah.
I don't think we have one in Belgium. I don't think.
Yeah, even the Christians, there's this one guy, this Torben, he called it jump starting. He would go because he had a special empowerment. The Lord Christ, Jesus, would empower him to awaken people, and he called it jump starting. And that's basically what you do: is you jump start people's spiritual body. It's like because you're supercharged, and you're like you got some extra juice that comes, that through this kind of Hari Katha and stuff like this, it goes in and it awakens people, to another level, brings them up, lifts Krishna up, basically, Krishna's energy up into the heart, so you jumpstart. But you need that, otherwise your battery is dead. Try and get a dead battery going on its own. It doesn't go, right? You ever see the cars are dead? You got to get a battery that's more fully charged. And actually, when you charge a battery in a car, if anybody's done that, I know probably Alita has never done this, but if you're charging somebody else's battery, it's not enough just to put the jumper cables on it. Okay, you got to give it gas. That's Hari Katha. The Lord, he's the one behind the gas. He's just get these dead batteries out there, in the form of people. Get their batteries, jumped, so you get the spark. Then they start running. And then it takes a while, because if a dead battery has to be charged, it takes a while to charge it up, and sometimes the battery it has a drain on it. See this, you can see this is spiritual life related to battery jumping. You ever see dead batteries? They can lose their juice if they have a leak. See, like here, people have leaks. It's like the old, the drain is. Oh, I used to love us people. Well, let me try and get energy from that person again. See, you go back to your old ways. See, and they get the drain. See, so you got to come back here until you overcome that and seal up those drains. So the battery just keeps charging, and then you just get your energy from Krishna. And not from people in the Maya, If you think people can add to you, and they're an illusion, then that's your weakness. A real devotee, I know Krishna can add to me, and only devotees who are added to by Krishna. See, that's why I only self-realized soul. I'm not going to worship any mundane person, no mundane gurus. If you don't have the transcendental potency, you're man like nothing. I mean, just give you respect and maybe a little bit of chastisement to help you along or whatever, But hey, man, if you're mundane, you can't add anything. You can't really help people much. You can only help them in a mundane way, like Tony Robbins. You want to learn to have a business and you want to make money and everything, you can go to him. But I look into his eyes, I look at his face, I look at his interests and all of that. I'm not interested at all. He can't add anything to what I have the real wealth. He has billions of dollars. All these guys have billions. I have the real wealth. I'm here to preach real wealth. I'm here to show you what real wealth is. Real wealth is real happiness. Tony Robbins doesn't have the happiness that I have. Klaus Schwab doesn't have the happiness I have. They can't show the happy. I can show you the happiness I have. It's so happy. It's so fantastic that people can't believe it or understand it. Look at why is he crying? Why is he laughing? Why is he choking? Because I'm with God, my friends. I'm really, really close to that Supreme Lord that made you and me and everybody else. And that is powerful. That is sublime. That is rapturous. This is fantastico. Summum bonum. And what do you guys got? $1 billion. So what? You should be giving us $1 billion so I can give all people tickets that can come to Playa. We have a big kirtan party. So I'm hoping with the Bitcoin, maybe it's some thing happens and we can do it. Yeah. But maybe Krishna has his plan. Let's see. Hey, Lord, why don't you get some billionaire to come on? Get Klaus Schwab. That'll solve all the things. We'll have a meeting. We'll have they have this WEF meeting once a year. It's a big thing at Davos. We'll come to Davos and have the real meeting. We'll discuss the new world order under Lord Caitanya, the one world government. See, it's all in one solution. One world religion, one world government, and everybody will be happy. The demons will be happy. The demigods will be happy. The world will be happy. There'll be no more hurricanes, no more any of this stuff. There'll be no need because, there'll be one world governed by Radha and Krishna, the love of God. Doesn't that make sense? That's Isaiah in the Bible. He promoted that. He said, they'll prophesize this. There'll be a time when everybody will know God. There's the one world order, man. It's perfect order. You think, come on, we're spirit, man. We're eternal beings, having a bodily experience and people are just bewildered. You don't have to be bewildered by this body. You can see this is just a friggin' temple for Tarzan inside. Krishna, Radha, Tarzan and Jane, Ken and Barbie, the real ones, Radha and Krishna. The temple for them, man. Everybody. You have access to unlimited energy and potency and purity and happiness and everything you want. That's the one world order that's going to happen here on the order of Lord Caitanya in the Golden Age. You think he came here for some small time thing of just coming and going and that's it? He's here in his word. What do you think these books were written? You think just Prabhupada did this? No, these are ordained by divine providence that we have these fantastic, the best books in the universe, man. The best conceptions, the best truths, perfect truths that can straighten out Christianity and Christians to know how and who and what God actually is. More than, well, he's only Jesus is the only God, you know. Come on, that is so narrow-minded. You think God is narrow-minded? No, there's only one Son of God. Yeah, there's Jesus. There's a Son of God. There's Rupa Goswami, another Son of God. Prabhupada, another Son of God. Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod. And anyone else who proves that they're a real Son of God. Can you bring the pure spirit into this world? Can you inject it? Like Bill Gates says, inject it right into the transcendental veins of people who listen to you and give them the life of spiritual energy of the disciplic line into them. See? Yeah. Real life. There is no school where you can get real spiritual knowledge if you get it not from self-realized teachers. So what can you do? Come here. What can you do? Well, we have the solution here. Come here. If you're lucky, you listen to this message, you hear it on the internet, and you come. You see, there's power behind this message. There's potency. There's freedom behind this message. There's hope, assurance. There's purification. There's ecstatic, loving intimacy with God behind this message. You show me a more powerful message than this, a more fantastic message than this, a more sovereign message than this, where you get real freedom. But you got to have freedom in the truth, man. You got to be in the transcendental truth of the Lord. And that's where freedom is. It's not in being alone, in free alone. You'll never be free alone. This is much better to be free with God, God in you. Come on, man. Isn't that better to be free with somebody? You know? And then free, I'm just free. I just want to be free and nobody tell me you're just a loner, man. Huh. Real people who know the truth know that it's not just a loner thing. It's, we're here to be with somebody, and that somebody is the transcendental Lord. We make that tangible here. We make the unknowable knowable, the inconceivable conceivable. Because he's conceivable to us. He's knowable to us and for us and we teach the real path for others to get the same experience. Make people as wealthy. I'm here to make millionaires, billionaires, zillionaires. This is being a billionaire, zillionaire. See, air. It's all about the air. This is the air of life. Not just to be a bellows in this world. I spent my whole life breathing and then your last breath, what did you bring forth? Well, just the air. I was just a bellows through the whole life, man. Just this air going in the body, just concentrating on bodily stuff. See? I've been concentrating on the supreme body, man. I didn't know I was preparing for this. We're here to teach you how to concentrate on the supreme body of the Lord. See, the transcendental body. It becomes real for you and tangible because it's an eternal. Amy Rose, you want to read what Amy says there, Lalita?
I'll try to find it, Guru Maharaj.
She says, starts with replying. Maybe, or anything she said. I may miss it.
Yeah, okay. I read here that she says, didn't Krishna say that he never contradicts himself, that his word is the final word? Yeah.
Actually, Krishna said the opposite. He does contradict himself.
He does contradict, but his word is the final word.
Yeah, yeah. He contradicts, but the devotees can sort it out because they see where it all fits.
Yeah.
People that they don't see, if you don't know the mind of God, it seems like paradox and contradictions. But if the Lord gives you the mercy, see Bhagavad Gita 10:10, you get that special understanding, and then you can sort it all out. That's why you need Shiksha Guru, who is like that. They're connected real close to the Lord, and they can sort all these things out. Otherwise, you'd be confused by what Prabhupada teaches. That's why you think, well, he speaks about Vaidhi, and then he speaks about Raganuga, and why is he contradictory? Why does he say this is the only way you must go to Vaidhi Bhakti? But then again, he says this Vaidhi Bhakti is a contamination for Raganuga. How can we understand? Well, you can't. You have to
Yeah.
be with a Shiksha Guru, a real one,
Yeah.
one who is really a Vai medium like Prabhupada, empowered by the same Krishna to do this work, this level of work.
It means differently in another context.
Yeah, another context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus did the same so many times.
Yeah. Just like he said, you must, to Nicodemus, you must be born again to enter the kingdom, to perceive the kingdom. And Nicodemus saw the other context. How can I, the mundane one, how
Yeah.
can I be born again into the womb of my mother again? How can that happen? See, he's thinking materially. Jesus thinking spiritually born again. See, things in the material world, they're the like the facsimile of the spirit. So the devotees use those things in their preaching about the spirit. So it gives some direction. That's why you say, well, lusting for God is a good thing, like the lust of the gopis. See, they're lusting for God like people lust for God in the material world, but it's mundane. See, they're lusting for spirit, and that's beautiful. That's perfect. Matter of fact, you come here, that's one thing you'll develop is a lust for God because you're around lusty people like Lalita. She's a very lusty girl. She's nympho. She's transcendental nympho.
Or he said, Jesus, you don't live from bread alone. And then another sentence, he said, I am the bread of life. So you've got to see
Yeah.
that it's different
Yeah,
bread.
he's
There the
talking
bread
about the
means
bread
this,
and this.
and there
Yeah,
bread means something else.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you get that by associating with liberated souls who speak
Yeah.
in those terms. If they're speaking to you,
Mm.
because you may, if you're not a devotee and a friend and a disciple, they'll probably not say that. That's why Prabhupada, you think the reason why Prabhupada didn't preach so openly is because even his disciples, they were not real devotees, really, not devoted. They're devoted to a certain extent. But if Prabhupada would have shown what real bhakti is and what the real depth of truth is, many would have went away. Just like they go away from here. This is proof that whether you know Prabhupada or not, or really looking to know him more than you think you know, is our sense. Here, you come here and you got the test. Yeah, how many people fail? They come here and say, that's not Prabhupada. We know Prabhupada. He's not like what you preach. Oh, he's more like what we preach. You just don't know him. Like the woman at the well, Jesus said, right?
Yeah.
The woman at the well. Oh, we know who we worship. You don't, because it's a Vaishnava in the mentality that you have to go to Vrindavan to get purified. Or you have to go to Vrindavan and take a bath to get purified. And that's all. Then you're like the woman at the well. You don't know who you're worshiping. Because if you knew who you're worshiping, you could erect your tent anywhere. You could just chant Hare Krishna alone. I do. I chant Hare Krishna alone. I'm ecstatic like this. I just do it publicly because it's an enhancement too. It's like it's a special thing to preach and to share, but also, um, yeah. So it's like doing what Lord Caitanya did. That's called mercy and magnanimity. And more you share, the more friends you get. You notice the more we're sharing, the more friends are coming. That's great. We don't need like a million right away because they're not your friends yet anyway. They got to get purified, right?
That's it.
Everybody does. You know, don't think that you can be on a friendly basis with everybody who just comes here. Well, to a degree, you have to see how purified they are, you know? Huh. So, yeah, and then we come gradually because it's a trust thing, isn't it? So, you know, we've been screwed by Maya, and by people affected by Maya, it will screw you. Even in the Sangha, new people may come and look. Lalita knows what I'm talking about. She's had some experiences of people coming here and not being, you know, really purified, but acting like they were sometimes. See, you get screwed. See? So Krishna's teaching, you have to have appropriate, but look, as we're getting purified, we get more intelligent. Isn't that nice? That's our safety. Keep us safe. The Lord, see, the more intimacy we have the Lord, the more He can protect us. The more purification, the more protection we get. So stay close, stay in the circle, my friends, and all will be well, and more well, and you'll become more and more strong, more clear. That's why I come every day. I want to be more well and clear and all that. What else there, Lalita? People saying. Are you muted there? I think you're muted.
Sorry. What is she saying more, Amy? Wait. Because it's always jumping now. She said something about Krishna as her boyfriend, best friend. Where was it? Yeah, here. No, I said lover, and she said, I like to think of Krishna like my boyfriend slash best friend.
See, that's a
And I
gopi,
said,
the gopi
yeah,
mentality.
yeah.
Yeah. Look at her. Look at, you know, people don't know how it works. They think in Vaishnavism that you got to be special devotee. You have to be so. No, you just got to get the mercy. See that's proof that the mercy is here because of just a regular person from from Jersey. She's feeling like that towards Krishna. That's gopi. Isn't it? This is very natural. That's its style when the Lord delivers people. This is why you see these verses come true here. Uh, Lord Chaitanya preaches real religious principles through a low-class, fourth-class sudra. See, otherwise, and that's true because look at the result. Amy's speaking like a gopi, just naturally. She's not thinking
And it
anything
comes
of
from
it.
the
She says,
heart,
"That's
yeah.
how I feel."
Yeah.
Huh?
Comes from the heart,
Comes from the
not
heart.
wanting to show how much she knows, but it
Yeah.
just comes what she feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Amy
More.
says, replying to Freddie, I think in America it's probably like more than 50% of the population, and in a state of I live, it's 75. What is that? What does Freddie say?
He
Oh,
said
there's
there were
no
11% of people that take antidepressive medicines in Belgium. 11%. And she says
11%. That's
75.
yeah. Yeah, I think in America it's more.
Much more. In Belgium, doctors don't want to prescribe that anymore for years.
Ah,
I worked in a hospital for people with mental disabilities, and the doctors reduce.
Yeah,
Even
it's
25 years ago.
yeah. I was thinking that so many people are behind this, but behind this new world twisted order thing. But actually, in many countries, there's still people that are thinking right. Like in Mexico, they don't want to use GMO products from the stuff which is really bad for people. This genetically modified um, vegetables and stuff. And fruits. It's really bad. It's so it's So anyway, they don't want to, because I was wondering, because I don't want to eat this, because the corn is the main staple here. Corn.
Yeah.
So I looked up corn tortillas. Are they made GMO? But the president has said they don't want to. They want to stamp out this GMO corn because it's not good for you. So that's something. That's
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So read Lalita. Read.
A commentary verse.
Oh yeah. This is going to be no, a verse. This is
Okay.
Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila chapter 20.
Yeah.
And start with verse 95 to 96.
Whoa.
Actually, start with 93.
Okay. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. All glories to you. All glories to Lord Caitanya Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Vasadi, Gora Bhaktavrinda. Sanatana Goswami replied, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He has saved me from the sinful life of material existence. By His desire, my last piece of material attraction is now gone.
See, by his desire. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
How does the Lord, the question, how does the Lord actually save us from material existence? How would you say that? How
By
does he?
giving us spirit and truth. He wants us back to Godhead, so He gives us what we need to have to go back to Godhead. He gives us spirit and truth. He gives us
Yeah,
Guru. Guru.
actually, spiritual truth leads to something else, leads to attachment.
Yeah.
See, that's how he saves us. We become attached to his transcendental name and form and pastime. That's how we're saved. Without attachment, you're still like a little danger because it's superficial. You need to. It's just like you become neutral. Say if you're in the world and you look at everything and nothing attracts you, so nothing can really keep you here. See? But once you see a beautiful woman or a man and you become attracted and attached, that's what Bhagavatam teaches. You can say this one, these stories. If people they become deeply attached to their a man or a woman, and then in their next life they become what they're attached to. If you're a man and you're deeply attached to a woman, you become the woman in the next life, or vice versa. The mind is crazy. See, so attachment to the transcendental name of God is the most feasible way of salvation in this age of Kali. That Lord Chaitanya said that. See, because if you get attached to chanting and its spirit, you'll feel some bliss. That's salvation, is that freedom from material miseries. You become more neutral towards material things. See? And attachment to the Lord counteracts attachment to things in the world. It's that simple. With the only thing brings us back here is our attachment to these things. And see, people spend their whole lives becoming attached to their body, and the bodies of others, right? And you come back again because of that. Or stuff, gold, money, families. When I watch these movies, it's so silly. The storylines are, and I think the people making the movies know it. Is how they're for really like people that are really dumb, and they make a whole storyline about I got to get back to my family. I hear this over and over again in
Yeah.
storyline. That's their attachment is the whole story about the movie or the TV series. It's getting back to our family. And I'm thinking, that is so friggin' mundane. And that people, they watch these things because, yeah, it's important to get back to your family. It's all about your family. It's all about your wife and your husband and your children. It's all about the family. And the more you know what Jesus was talking about, who is my family, my mother and sister and brother and companion, those who do the will of God. And that will of God, now let me just tell you really clear, that will of God is you become attached to the spiritual family of realized persons who are called devotees. We're devoted to the transcendental Lord. That's the will of God, is you become deeply attached to that Lord and transcend Kali Yuga once and
Yeah.
for all.
It's like people think their father and mother, like my parents now, when I
Yeah,
leave my body, then my parents are there to receive me in,
yeah,
in their.
yeah. Big deal. Yeah, they're there if they're lucky, they're there to receive you to benefit from what you did in this world that they didn't do. You freed your forefathers. They'll be there when you go there, they'll go to get instructions from you. You know, that's why you free. You become a real devotee to the transcendental Lord. You free 21 generations backwards and forwards, man. You free them from the curse. You broke the curse. Somebody's got to break the curse. Lalita broke the curse for her family line, and we're breaking the curse for so many family lines. You people come here, we'll break your curse that you're under, the curse of ignorance. You come here, we'll marry you to the Lord. We'll get put on the nice dress so you can get married to the Lord. The nice dress, what is that? Ecstatic emotion, man. Attachment, transcendental tears. Man, that's the dress that the Lord he'll want to marry you when you have these ecstatic emotions like Rukmini.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're bonded to the transcendental Lord forever. You think the goddess of fortune is going anywhere? She's no, she goes to the Lord. She even says, and there's scriptures that say the goddess of fortune say, fools worship me for money. They don't know my real opulence. Her real opulence is the Lord. Everything comes from that. The Lord can make a person opulent or poor. Doesn't matter to a devotee. Look at Sudama. Sudama was so poor materially. The Lord wanted him poor. He didn't have any problem with that. He just went on. You can watch that movie, Gopal Krishna, 1979 on the YouTube. Just do a search. Sudama is there. He's the friend of the Lord, is his best friend. He's just out there poor, and people giving him all this stuff, and he didn't even care, he's just his friend. The Lord is his friend and all that. And he's stuck with that. He was very poor. Didn't matter. Didn't know pangs of poverty because he had the real wealth. And the Lord then changed his mind. He says, I think I want to humble Pundraka. So he made Sudama more wealthy than Pundraka, the king of the kingdom, who had millions of people. Pundraka, Sudama's wealth, everything just happened spontaneously. See, that's devotees. Like Prabhupada also. He became very wealthy by the will of Krishna. It wasn't his. He just preached, just like here. If the Lord wants wealth here, it'll just manifest. You'll see somebody who come. The Lord is full of wealth. He's everything. Everybody's his servant. He'll send a Ford over here if he wants. If not, we'll stay poor. So what? We got the real wealth, right? Yeah, the Lord has made it. We can still communicate. We still benefit here with Sadhu Sangha. You turn your camera on, and we're in the same room. This is
It
why
feels
it's
like that. That's how it
huh?
feels. That's how
Yeah,
it feels.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
absolutely.
vibration goes out. This vibration transforms it. Even new people coming here, they're commenting. You know, like Eric. I never met Eric. He's benefit. He gets energy, life, right?
Both Erics. Both Erics. This
Both
Eric.
Erics, others too. There Williams. There's who's that? Fernando. I never met
Oh,
Fernando.
oh yeah. He's
Yeah, not only
ecstatic.
for me, he watches your videos, he gets juiced up, he's getting tears, and now ecstatic. Now he's preaching. He's a good preacher, man.
He's
He's out
preaching.
preaching Humbling, Carolina. Yeah. Okay, read on there.
Good. So by his desire, my last piece of material attraction is now gone. So it changed in transcendental attraction.
Yeah, by his desire. See, and that his desire becomes your desire. More and more. That's it. We start as we're getting purified and deepening our relationship with the Lord simply by that. This water, this relationship, this playing with Krishna, this harikatha and chanting, all this is by his desire because we start getting his desires. It's literal. Just like I told you, remember that story in Saints of India? Person realized, Krishna Das realizes Radha and Krishna, and they come to him. And they say, oh, Krishna Das, you've attained us. Now we're here to give you whatever you want. So he thought about it. He says, oh, okay. Well, I want your desire. Oh, no, no. I want your happiness. I want your happiness. And Radha and Krishna look at each other. Boy, he's an intelligent devotee. He's not asking us for any material boons. He wants our happiness. Now, that is the most intelligent desire to have, is to want the happiness of God. Let me tell you, my friends, we've got that here. We have that opulence, the happiness of God. Can you believe? You guys can't believe it out there, but we do. These gurus can't believe that we got the happiness of God. This is the happy. We're showing you the world. And you can also, if you become here, you'll get the intelligence to also want the happiness of God, which is this, the love of Radha and Krishna. Is the happiness of both of them, the love for each other. See, the love of the storehouse of knowledge is the personality of God, is his attributes, his truths, okay? His qualities, his mentality, his attributes. See, and love for that, that's it. That's what we have. The happiness of God. Here we promote that until it becomes solid and more tangible to more and more people. I'm doing pretty good after 20 years, got 19 people watching. Hey man, there's a time for 20, so many years, nobody watching practically. But now
You're
19.
making Krishna very happy, Guru Maharaj.
We must be making the Lord more tangible because I have a hard sell here, man. I got to sell something that's somebody that's inconceivable, the great mystery called God, and unknowable and unattainable. I got to sell that in this world, man. Now that is a hard sell. You think selling expensive Kirby vacuums is hard? That's why Prabhupada started selling and Bhaktisiddhanta to sell people on the rules of the Lord. I have to sell people on the love of God, which not even the gurus understand or know the value of. But in God, Jesus said, with God, all things are possible. And that Lord is with us. And our numbers are growing. Go ahead.
Be pleased. Be, be pleased with Sanatana Goswami. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his causeless mercy upon him.
I like that. This is all literal stuff, man. Being pleased with Sanatana. See, with. This is a together thing. Devotees are pleased being with Krishna, and Krishna is pleased being with his devotees. See, it's perfect as it is, man. Otherwise, the Lord he's not pleased being with non-devotees. And non-devotees are not pleased being with the Lord. Look at her, how she runs to the bathroom. She wants to get back as soon as possible. That's a devotee. They run to go to the bathroom and run back to get back as soon as possible. I get the,
I had no more hankies.
oh, no more hankies. They're all. You got to call Amazon again. I also got to get more hanky. I don't know. They're disappearing somewhere, man. I think the demigods are stealing them or something. Because I only found to like just I used to have so many hankies and they all disappeared.
Yeah. I can't afford it. I can't cry anymore. Then my happiness is gone,
Yeah, it's the happiness of God, man. He's that's why the Lord showed his attributes. Yeah, go ahead.
So, being pleased with Sanatana Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his causeless mercy upon him. By the Lord's mercy, Sanatana Goswami received the spiritual strength to inquire from him. Formerly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had asked Ramananda Raya spiritual questions, and by the Lord's causeless mercy, Ramananda Raya could properly reply. Now, by the Lord's mercy, Sanatana Goswami questioned the Lord, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally supplied the truth. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, personally told Sanatana Goswami about Lord Krishna's real identity. He also told him about the Lord's conjugal love. His personal opulence and the mellows of devotional service. All these truths were explained to Sanatana Goswami by the Lord himself out, out of his causeless mercy. Putting a straw in his mouth and bowing down, Sanatana Goswami, he clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he humbly spoke as follows. Sanatana Goswami said, I was born in a low family, and my associates are all low-class men. I myself am fallen, and I'm the lowest of men. Indeed, I have passed my whole life fallen in the well of sinful materialism. I don't know what's beneficial for me or what's detrimental. Nonetheless, in ordinary dealings, people consider me a learned scholar, and I'm also thinking of myself as such. Out of your merciless mercy, you have delivered me from the materialistic path. Now, by the same causeless mercy, please tell me what my duty is. Who am I? Why do the threefold miseries always give me trouble? If I don't know this, how can I be benefited? Actually, I don't know how to inquire from the goal of life and the process for obtaining it.
I'll be
And
listening on the side here.
yeah, there is some echo now, just now. Be merciful upon me, please. Please explain me all these truths. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Lord, Lord Krishna has bestowed his full mercy upon you so that all these things are known to you. For you, the threefold miseries certainly do not exist, since you possess Lord Krishna's potency. You certainly know these things. However, it is the nature of a sadhu to inquire. Although he knows these things, the sadhu inquires for the sake of strictness. Those who are eager to awaken their spiritual consciousness and who thus have unflinching, undeviated intelligence, certainly they attain the desired goal of life very soon. You are fit to propagate the cult of devotional service. Therefore, gradually hear all the truth about it from me. I shall tell you about them. Just a minute. It is the living entity's constitutional position to be an eternal servant of Krishna. Because he is the marginal energy of Krishna and a manifestation simultaneously one with and different and different from the Lord, like a molecular particle of sunshine or fire. Krishna He has three varieties of energy, just as the illumination of a fire, which is situated in one place, is spread all over. The energies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Para Brahman, they are spread all over this universe. Lord Krishna naturally has three energetic transformations, and these are known as a spiritual potency, the living entity potency, and the illusory potency. Originally, Krishna's energy is spiritual, and the energy known as the living entity is also spiritual. However, there is another energy called illusion, which consists of fruitive activity, and that's the Lord's third potency. All the creative energies which are inconceivable to a common man exist in the supreme absolute truth. These inconceivable energies act in the process of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. O chief of the ascetics, just as there are two energies possessed by fire, namely heat and light, these inconceivable creative energies are the natural characteristics of the absolute truth. O king, the Kshetra Gyan Sakti is the living entity. Although he has the facility to live in either the material or the spiritual world, he suffers the threefold miseries of material existence because he is influenced by the avidya, the Nishan's potency, which covers the constitutional position. And this living entity, covered by the influence of Nishans, exists in different forms in the material condition. O king, he is thus proportionately freed from the influence of the material energy to greater or lesser degrees. Beside these inferior energies, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Forgetting Krishna, the living entity has been attracted by the external feature from time immemorial.
Isn't this good? I love this. See these three energies. People, if they know this, they have this the key to unlock true wisdom, how to transcend this whole material universe. This knowledge is so wonderful.
See, three energies, and the living entities right now, they're in, most of them are in ignorance. They're exploiting the material energy. See, we're here to teach you how to exploit, also the same word, how to exploit the spiritual energy. See, the material energy is always diminishing. You exploit it, and you have to exploit it more, because you win and you lose, and you win and you lose, and you invest and you lose. It's up and down and all this merry-go-round stuff. And then you come back and you do it again, because you become attached. You developed all this fruitive attachment to fruits of your labors, and you're laboring hard. Oh my God, man. Time to get off the merry-go-round. Come, let us exploit Krishna together, his transcendental potency. That's all here. That's what we do. That's how we roll here, right, Amy? We exploit the spiritual potency of the Lord, and he increases and we increase in this. Or he feels himself more wealthy as we exploit him, and we feel ourselves more wealthy. It said, we glow, he glows more. He becomes more apparent to the world, and when the more we exploit him. And then the glories of Sadhu Sangha and these kinds of devotees, these glorious devotees in this Sangha, I'm telling you, they're like the greatest demigods you could ever met, better than the best demigods, if the demigods aren't exploiting Krishna to the degree we are. I think very few people exploit Krishna like Johan and Lalita Ganga do, to be honest. I think they're explosively exploiting the Lord. And nothing but good comes from it. More happiness, more benedictions for everybody, more shelter. Man, I think the more I think about it, the more I think we got something good going here, better than good. See, so the people lack this knowledge. If you come here, you can learn how to apply your exploiting propensity to exploiting what is really eternal. Real. This is real. What real means is what's real forever. That's that definition you'll learn here. How to get real forever. See, Narada Muni is real forever. He's exploiting the holy name every day, the opulence of the holy name. It's his greatest trait. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, all glories to the holy name. Brihad Bhagavatamrita. It's my greatest treasure. You come here, it'll become your greatest treasure, like the family. It's all in the family. It's an inheritance. Come here, inherit this wealth. Become part of this family, man, of very wealthy people. Beyond your wildest dream. You can't have a wild dream as good as this. This dream is very wet with ecstasy. Very wet.
Just up.
Yeah. Go ahead, read on.
O King, the Kshetra Gyan Shakti is the living entity, although he has the facility to live in either the material or the spiritual world. He suffers the threefold miseries of material existence.
Yeah, because they have to come in line. See, this is the thing. This knowledge is not just anywhere. You don't learn it in school. Your parents don't teach you. Then you go to religion, and all they do is teach you some other idea, but not this how to actually live in spirit. See, but you need to be jump-started. You need to be awoken. You need to be born again, born of the spiritual nature. See, so you can exploit the spirit. That's why people aren't doing it. That's why religion stays religion, because they cannot come beyond speculations and have experience of the happiness of exploiting what is of the nature of spirit. People got to see it. What does it look like to exploit Krishna, exploit the transcendental potency? My God, it gives you a happiness that is unbelievable. It is fantastic. You know, you smile brighter from ear to ear, you know, from heart to heart, you know, tears pour out of your eyes and you laugh like a madman like Lord Shiva. Man, you get an intelligence, a simple but clear, conclusive understanding of just what the Lord is saying. And what am I doing? Am I taking you off of the subject or bringing you deep into the subject?
Deep in.
To where you understand how important it is, how real it is. That's what the Lord did as a living person to some Rupa or Sanatan there. You got to have, that's called shiksha. You got to have that, this knowledge must live again. And is here. It's alive. It's in us. It's awakened. It's shaking up the world already. Look, it's shaking up our world. 22 people are being, you're plugged in to this same teaching that the Lord did, because you see examples of people exploiting Krishna. You won't find a more exploiter than Lalita. She exploits Krishna. My God, does she exploit that guy?
I don't give him a chance.
No
I don't
chance
give
at
him
all.
a chance to escape.
Sucks it all out of that guy. But he increases and she increases.
There's nobody like him, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. You need to see people exploiting the Krishna to become real. Otherwise, that's all you see. Or people just talking about it. Oh, we can't show you what it looks like to exploit Krishna. I'm sorry, it's too confidential. Therefore, you'll never know. And you know, proof is like Narayan Raj group and the Radha, they all talk about exploiting Krishna and everything, but they just talk about it. Nobody's doing it. When you're exploiting Krishna more, tears pour out of your eyes, man. You laugh like a madman, and all kinds of gyrations happen. You're plugged into the source of all electricity. But I'm sorry, we can't show that.
Light forever.
Therefore, even the Narayan, I mean, I just say, not to criticize, but the Narayan Raj people, they don't come here because they never saw what it is to exploit Krishna, like that verse says. Indirectly. See, he doesn't directly say exploit Krishna. He's saying, you know, the living entities are exploiting material nature and becoming inauspicious, becoming mundane. Even in religion, all you are is still a rule follower, ceremonial thing. You know, you can't even exploit the deity, really. All you can do is, you know, wave the lamp, you know, chant the name without feeling an ecstasy. You need the ecstasy. You need to be born of the Spirit, man, to exploit that name by being deeply attached to it, eager to be close to the Lord. That means you have to have transcendental attachment, man. That's what you get from devotees. You must get it from them. Otherwise, you'll just be a ceremonial worshiper, varnashram dharma. That's all. You'll remain less intelligent. I'm teaching you the true intelligence that Lord Caitanya taught. Am I not teaching what he taught? Am I just expanding on it, expounding the glories of it, showing you the glories of it? Isn't Lalita, you know, showing you, well, yeah, I found how to exploit Krishna and it's fantastic. I'm a witness. Please come on board, man. It's great. Oh, good. Exploiting the transcendental potency, it becomes easier to do it. You go in there easier. You go deeper, penetrate deeper into it. It penetrates deeper into you forever, like Narada Muni. You become a transcendental space man or woman instead of being materially spaced out in your life. You're literally floating in space here. Probably Lord Chaitanya is going to teach. He's going to say the living entities, they're float. Maybe he already did. They're just zillions all floating out there in the universe, man. Zillions of living entities. And by good fortune, one meets a bona fide spiritual master, man, that is exploiting the spiritual energy. That is your good fortune. You won the lottery. If that happens to you, you're just one. Otherwise, you're just one out of those floating atoms out there in the universe. Just floating here and there, attaching to this path and that path, all in illusions, except when you meet the real line, especially this Kali Yuga. We're in a special Kali Yuga with a special line, with a special personality. Lord Caitanya, Nityananda, their whole family line is here now in 2023, making a proclamation to the world. Come and learn how to exploit the transcendental potency and be happy forever. Increase in your benedictions and the mercy that you give to the world even. You're just so filled with it yourself, you're not even thinking about that. You want to benedict others here.
Yeah, you can count on him day and night, all the time, whenever you want.
Yeah.
He's always there.
Always there and more. Because why? Just like when you exploit the material world, you become more and more deep into it, more and more attached. Here we become more, that's why we cannot teach this unless we're practicing this exploiting Krishna, ourselves. We got to exploit him, we got to taste this nectar, man. Get this honey, savor it. And if preaching is you do now in this kind of preaching, is we do it before the world. We show the world, hey man, this is not crazy. You won't find any more intelligent devotees of Krishna than those who are exploiting the transcendental potency for real, not the no-showers, not the naysayers. The ones doing it right before the public, like Lord Caitanya did and Nityananda did, and gave it even to the most fallen persons, like we do, like they did, like we do in revival on their order, on Prabhupada's order, Krishna's blessing. We do it. We get the job done, man. We get our hands clean in this work. We give the white glove. Read on there, read on. These verses get me excited.
This living entity covered by the influence of Nityans exists in different forms in the material condition. O King, he is thus proportionally freed from the influence of the material energy, to greater or lesser degrees.
Yeah, that's why you see that, like the demons, the demons and the rakshasas, and they're bound more than the demigods in the mode of goodness. And then there's those in the deep, like the ignorance, they act like animals, even human beings, the dark. See, so they're proportionally freed depending on the modes they're in. The higher modes are in mode of goodness, right? But that's still not it. See, Lord Caitanya came to get everybody, whatever mode you're in. You could be demon, demigod, be like whatever mode. If you listen to this message and get connected to this mercy, you could be a low, like the lowest of the low. And Lord Caitanya gave the power to free those people. Oh, look, we do it already. People in any mode, they come here and you get attracted to this message and these truths and get connected to this energy, it'll free you. The Lord is giving people, even before they're perfect, in renunciations and all these things that people teach nowadays in religion, in Vaishnava religion, to attain Krishna. The Lord will give you the potency. He'll give you himself simply because you're with this preaching, man. You're with these teachings that Lord Caitanya said, oh, devotees, you come to see me here in Puri every year, and you have natural love for me. Therefore, I give my transcendental body to you. You can sell it. You get people. You can convince people. See? And you can convince them to the point where they will get my body through you, through your witness and your personal experience of being a real devotee of the avatar of this age, which we've done and proven already. This you can get here. Where else are you going to get that? Here we're already proven, that we are that verse here, that Gauri Das somehow or other I've had this from the very beginning, this natural connection and attachment to Lord Caitanya. And now I see these verses come true. My God, anybody, I'm here to convince you that this is real, because it is real. We show you it's real. We show you what you read about in the book, man. We show you this ecstatic worship is real. It happened then 550 years ago, and it's happening now. You see, even my disciples are picking it up and saying, this is very good, better than good. We become literally the teachings tattooed on our body in this temple here. You ever see these people? They have a maps tattooed. You want to find the treasure, you got to go and look at the tattoos on the bodies of these people. Well, this is it, where this truth is tattooed on this body, on these words, on these ecstatic feelings, man. This is the path, is the devotee themselves, and what comes out of their mouth and out of their hearts. It's the only way, man. You gotta, see? Oh, Mother, yesterday's teaching from Lord Caitanya. Oh, Mother, please remember Krishna and chant the holy name in association of my devotees. These kind of devotees you see here, not the no-shows. The showers. It's time to put this show on the road now. We're putting on a show, on the road. Easy one. I don't just turn the camera on. The show's gone the road, man. We don't have to go in all that gasoline. You ever see these guys in the bands? They got to get in their bus and they got to go to, and they're tired after, man, we've been on the road doing our show. Man, it's easy for me. I just sit to preach all day. And then just sleep a little bit, man. Don't have to spend all that money for the gas and everything. Just turn the camera on again. Got my little equipment here. And we're on the road again. Carrying Krishna here and there and everywhere. And the transcendental potency spreading our oats everywhere. Right? Sowing seeds of the kingdom of God everywhere.
Sankistan.
Yeah, good. 21 people today. 22 I had up. Yesterday, same thing, 22. Where are they coming from? Uh-oh, River's mad when she starts speaking in Gujarat, She's not a happy camper. Go ahead, read on.
Beside these inferior energies, O mighty armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind, which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material, inferior nature.
Yeah, you see how that works? Here, we're spirit, but we don't know it. Why? Because we've been exploiting material nature so much that we're so identified. I'm this material mind, that I'm this material thoughts, and my heart. Oh, I love these material thoughts, man. No, I actually don't love them. I'm miserable because of them, because I think myself as a mundane thing and a person, a place, and a thing. And see, but we're actually spirit. And we're people that exploit the material energy, become attached to the material persons, places, and things and stuff, and the mundane rocks being gold, and all that stuff, or whatever. You're exploiting that happiness from that, and it's so minuscule and it's so inauspicious that you become more and more like a stone. We're not meant to be like that. See, we're spirit. See, we're part of spirit. So what do we need to do? Somehow or other, we need to be connected to where our real source of spirit comes from. That's God. That different names. The source, that God, the higher self, the beloved, the Christ, the Krishna. But how are you going to know this? Because it's not in the books. You can go in a library of the university and you won't hear this teaching. You can go to the bookman's bookstore and you won't hear this teaching. Or maybe it's there, but you won't understand it. Where do you read this teaching and hear it spoken to you? Ah, that's the place. That's the rare place. That's where you get the real teaching. From an experienced devotee of nuts, knowing that spiritual potency, empowered by it, been hollowed out by it. Therefore, it goes through. They suck it up and then they push it out. Like Lalita. And then you get the preaching. Okay? This is what the books are, man. The books are the revelations of living devotees, and they put it in the form of a book. See? And those revelations and realizations are sucked up by the devotees, see? And then they push them out into the world. They push out that spirit and into the world, into you. That's the vibration. You got to pick up that vibration. It counteracts all that ignorant vibration you've been picking up everywhere and anywhere. Everywhere you look, there's a material sound vibration, a material concept, material understanding that gets you more entangled, right? Where do you get a sadhu sangha like this, where you can see spirit, you see the effects of it, the symptoms of spirit, and then you hear the truths that come from that are exactly like the book and fluffed out so they get really clear. You can just read these things, but then you go over it. Where do you see a person who loves these truths and is enlivened by these truths, ecstatic because of them, and loves preaching this vibration to the world and to liberate it? Where are you going to get such an experience? Here. Go ahead, read on.
It's really miraculous. Miraculous.
Boy, do we got comments today? My God, I guess this goes on and on and on. I'm sorry, but there's no way I could read. But that's a good sign. That means you guys are listening, man. You guys, look at this. It goes on. There must be hundreds of comments already. Well, not hundreds, but maybe 100, maybe more. See, people, they get realizations and understanding. That's a class, man. Where do you get stuff like this? Where people start popping like popcorn, man. When it gets hot, you heat the oil, man. This is what Sadhu Sangha is. It's a popcorn party, man. We heat the oil, man. Hari Kata, man. And then the popcorn, the revelation, all kinds of stuff come. Oh, yeah, the link to, yeah. Anyway, don't worry about it. Just sit there. Yeah, it's not working. Tomorrow it'll work. Just go on there, read on there.
In the material condition, the living entity is sometimes raised to higher planetary systems and material prosperity, and sometimes drowned in a hellish situation. This
See that?
state,
Yeah, go ahead, finish it.
this state is exactly like that of a criminal whom a king punishes by submerging him in water and then raising him again from the water.
Yeah, see, that's karma. That's the karma. They call it karmi. Basically, we're raised by association with the demigod good people types, and we're degraded by those people in the modes of nature, in their words, their talking, their energies, their feelings even. See? And with the demigods, you're raised by their association and by their teachings and all of that. So that's the karmic wheel. And it's back and forth because still the demigods are not in full knowledge. And same thing with the people in the mode of ignorance, not in full, they have less knowledge. See, so that's the problem. But you need the devotees. Ultimately, they're the liberators. Just by their association, you could be a demon or a demigod with that less intelligence. Both still less intelligent. You need this divine intelligence that comes from divine worship of the spiritual potency by a real devotee, a real one, not a false prophet, not a false acharya. A real acharya is connected to the divine potency, and they teach you by being influenced by that and influence you to also connect to the divine potency. And they show you how fabulous is. They get your interest. That's Uttamadikari principle. That means the devotee's empowered to convince people to connect to the divine potency, because you could see, well, God, I think they're really in there. Man, look, it looks really good to me. Man, I think I want to worship like that. Man, I think I want that kind of happiness. Well, we wouldn't blame you. It's the happiness of God that these little devotees have in this Sangha. We're here to promote the happiness of God. You can also have it. Just come here, follow the process, trust the process. Otherwise, you'll go on your little demigod worship and your mediumship stuff, and then the sadness will come back. The sadness that I left a long time ago never comes back, man. I can't even remember what it was like to be sad. I have to look at you, some of you guys, to remember what sadness is of the world. Oops.
I will try it.
Not you.
I can still try it.
You said you're tired? You're a little tired?
No, I can still try it.
Yeah, you can try. Yeah, even she's forgetting about that sadness, man. Still, we have a few
It
people a
happens
little sad.
sometimes. It
Yeah,
happens sometimes. There are certain things that I say, oh, I'm not going there
yeah,
because it
yeah,
will cause me limitation. No,
yeah,
no.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, because that's how it grows as you meditate on these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you get to a point, you realize, oh, Lord, you get the happiness of God, or even the sadness of God, which is not really sad. It's just part of the
No.
Leela. It's an ecstatic
Yeah.
symptom of, oh, my Lord, where are you today? Oh, I really need to connect. See, the Lord loves that. I love that. I love searching for the Lord with the eagerness and chanting with eagerness. And it's part of the divine play, man. You better get in this play, otherwise you're left with that play. The facsimile, the clone part. It's like in the world they try to these elites. They make clones. They want to put their consciousness in the clones or some stupid things. And nothing works right. These clones, they all have defects. They have not made a clone body that works perfectly. They've been trying for years. They've been doing clones since the 30s. So maybe it's some alien technology or something. But anyway, they can't make the perfect clones. They always have some defect. See, so that's why you got to get your spiritual body and you're eternal here. We pass from this body, we die a happy death. Die happy, unhappy, doesn't matter, man. You got your spiritual body. and then that's it. That's remember, you know how the people they show the videos of Prabhupada dying and all of that stuff. Oh, this is it's horrible. They show it over and over. He was poisoned. When Prabhupada came to me, if you saw how happy he was, how blissful he was, you would never even think, hey man, that's the Prabhupada I'm seeing now. I know. Why do I want to sit there? Oh, he was dying, and they poisoned him, and let's spend our all. That's why I always preach to those people. I said, "Come on, don't spend your whole life, trying to prove that Prabhupada was poisoned. Come on, that's an illusion, man. Come on, Prabhupada ain't sweating that now. Yeah, they poison gurus, they do all kinds of stuff, you know." So, what are you going to do? Prabhupada's in a happy place beyond that. And he's trying to help people. Don't spend your life on trivia, trying to prove that, what is that compared to like coming here and getting that devotion and becoming like Prabhupada? You people can come here. You can become like Prabhupada. You can ecstatically worship like Prabhupada did Krishna. You can have the same. Lilita worships Krishna like Prabhupada did. That's saying something. Now you can spend your whole life trying to prove that Prabhupada was poisoned, or stay your whole life doing varnashram, all these lesser things. But how about you want to worship like Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, and become part of their transcendental family? You come here, that's how we roll, man. That's what we do here. We make you eternal like them. You make you prema bhaktas like them. We do it. We do the job here. We get it accomplished here. You want to dick around and do slow things and be in some more or less ignorance, you want to still think of astrologies and karmas, and your material sadness hangs out with you. The demigods don't have the power to take your sadness away, but my Lord can. Prove it like this lady, nice lady here, Maria is a nice girl, But she was sad when I met her, man. And and that sadness, if she sticks with just the demigod things, lucky she got Lolita as a friend. That will be the lesson. My Lord wants to prove his power, man. He's auspicious. Truly, only auspiciousness in the world. He's the only meaning of advancing. I'm proud to say that. My Lord Caitanya is the only meaning for one advancing in spiritual life. Connection with him, I've seen it proven before me time and time again, man. I'll tell you, Eckhart Tolle doesn't look as happy as even some of my disciples. Nobody. Tony Robbins doesn't look as happy and as spiritually awakened as my disciples. Christians, I haven't seen one that I could say is as conclusive and ecstatic as they are. See? Krishnadas Kaviraj was proud to preach what he preached, and I'm proud to preach what he preached. Because that's it. No, because he preached what he said. Hey, man, Lord Caitanya wrote these books. Don't think that I wrote them. Prabhupada said the same thing, right? You think I'm preaching what they preached. Their opinion. I love it, man. I teach you guys to love the opinion. Get off of that speculation. If you haven't realized Krishna, you haven't realized Krishna. Where you come here will make you a real guru. You're a guru out there, will make you a real acharya. You won't need any paper degrees. You won't have to dress any way. You people that are meant to know the truth because they want it, they desire it. That's the kind of association you'll get. Where they're so miserable that they're ready to listen. Okay, well, we can mend some of those people. And if we're lucky, they'll stay around. If they're lucky, they'll stay around. Well, they already get lucky, even if you get liberated, because you can come to Krishna and get liberation. You come here, the devotees here are desire trees. What do you want? Well, I just want to be free, and I want to be maybe free and my miseries. And I don't know, you look like a nice, happy teacher, and I also want to go and become guru like you. And oh, okay, you can get off at that stop, or you can go all the way. You can hit a home run, man, and go right to Vrindavan and just loving on Krishna, man, like those devotees do, like many of us are doing, having the Lord's happiness, Radha's happiness. Don't we have Radha's happiness there, Lalita? It's
Absolutely.
fantastic. There's nothing like it. I'm hooked. She's hooked. Johan's hooked. Others are hooked. Amy's hooked. She likes Krishna as her boyfriend. Right, Amy? I gotta meet that girl. I hope she got. Why don't you get your passport and get over here? She's taking a long time. I want to meet a lot of you guys, but I'm too lazy to head up a plane to go there. I'm afraid of getting caught over there. You know, they might say, "Oh, you got to get vaccinated before you go back." Oh no,
We
that was
got them now.
we got him there, and I got to stay in Jersey. I don't know, man. Well, if I have a friend like Amy, you know, it would work out. Yeah, it's like some of the devotees. The Lord told them to stay in Varanasi, and that's where all the Mayavadis are. They didn't like it, but they would stay with each other. You know, then they could tolerate it.
Mhm.
I tell you, even in the holy place, when you get really deep into Lord Chaitanya, even Maharaj Prataparuddha, he told Kavi Kanapur, he said, please write us a play. When the Lord disappeared, he said, write us a play filled with the glories of Lord Chaitanya, because this is like a desert to us. Even the Puri and everybody's worshiping Lord Jagannath, but they're worshiping on the level of Vaidhi. And they were spoiled by Lord Chaitanya's transcendental presence. That's why we're here to spoil you. All the ecstatic devotees are just here to spoil everybody, man. And once you get addicted to this and attracted to this, then you go to a temple with the people going like this, and you'll think, boy, this is a letdown.
Oh my goodness. Phew, it's terrible.
Yeah, and all the material motivated, the thing, they come and they're looking at your pockets. What kind of donation can you give us? You know, I mean, it's like all this stuff. Well, how can we exploit you, you know, for service? It's Vaidhi. What do you expect, you know? So you get spoiled there. We're here to spoil people. You know, you come here, we're going to spoil you. And you're going to love it, man. See, you know, in the world, when you're spoiled by your mother and father, you don't turn out well, right? Here, when you're spoiled by your mother and father here, by the ecstatic devotees, you turn out fantastic.
Better and better and better and
Better
better.
and better and better. This is the lovely part of the transcendental. Everything is auspicious about it. It is unbelievably good. The good is not even a word that even represents it properly. It is truly auspiciousness, that ever expanding, ever fresh auspiciousness. Oh my God. And only the devotees can bring it in this world that are connected deeply with Lord Chaitanya to this extent. Well, I tell you, you're hanging out with the millionaire club, the billionaire club. You think it's those elites out there? You know, you don't know world. Listen, you think, oh, if I can only be invited to Davos and to rub shoulders with all these people in false ego, with all this false wealth that doesn't last and that doesn't even put a smile. They look miserable to me. You know, we should see them talking, they mundane and all that. The real millionaires and billionaire club is here. It's a club now. Come on, come into the billionaire club and we club the illusion. Hey, this is the perfect club. This is the club of all clubs. This is Balaram's club. This is where he hangs out. And if you don't hang out, you're going to get the club of Balaram.
Okay? The club of the club.
Go ahead, read on there.
Okay. So, in the material condition, the living entity is sometimes raised to higher planetary systems and material prosperity, and sometimes drowned in a hellish situation. His state is exactly like that of a criminal whom a king punishes by submerging him in water and then raising him again from the water.
This is why you see the different paths are inferior to this. This is the essence of knowledge that the Lord taught. Like, for example, you can go to Tony Robbins and be raised. Everybody, he's got thousands of, they're raised to the platform of they get good business and they get material wealth and they get juiced up on that and they got to pay a lot for the thing and then they become good businessmen and everything. See, you're raised by association. But you die eventually. But what if you're born in a situation where there's a lot of dacoits or criminals? Somehow or other, you get connected with them. Maybe you're born in a good family and everything, but you get in bad association. And see, you don't have this knowledge, so you don't know the power of association. And then you get corrupted and all that, like Ajamil. Look, he was a Brahmin, right? He got the boon of some in a previous life to be, born in a family like that, and or where however he got it, and he became a Brahmin. But then bad association got corrupted and got put down. And then by good fortune, he just happened to chant Narayan's name, his son's name, and attracted the association of the Vishnudutas. See, Vishnudutas are transcendental. You know what it says in the Bhagavatam? They are rarely seen in this world. Just like, and this preaching that you're hearing right now is more rare than those Vishnudutas coming there, because all you get is Vaikuntha. This preaching is even more rare. Lord Caitanya is more rare. His real associates in 2023 are even more rare than they were back then, right? You're lucky to find one associate of Lord Caitanya. I couldn't find one who could prove it. Just like Vamsi Das, he went to Vrindavan and the Mayapur. He said, "Where's I couldn't even see one servant." And Bhakti Vinod also, where's the real? They're very hard to find real associates of Lord Caitanya. Then he found Gorka Shore Das Babaji and Jagannath Das Babaji. Very rare. His son. And 2023, even more rare. I was looking all these years for one. I didn't find anybody, not one. That's why we have to prove it, that that's here and that's real. And we have already, because people are getting what none of these gurus to date have been able to give. That blessing is being bestowed upon the world now in real time. See, real time. In this time, in real, for real. The mercy of Lord Caitanya to get prema is real. Go ahead. Read on.
Yeah. When the living entity is attracted by the material energy, which is separate from Krishna, he is overpowered by fear. Because he is separated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the material energy, his conception of life is reversed.
There you go, inverted. So read the verse again.
The living entity is attracted by the material energy.
See, attracted is attractive force. It attracts you because we're external oriented. Our senses are looking out, right? Oh, beautiful woman. See, it's all set up here to attract people, to imprison people that are less intelligent. See? So what's the next word?
Which is separate from Krishna.
That separates you. That attraction to the material separates you from who you really are and who you really belong to. Therefore, your knowledge is diminished by this material attraction because you start to think you're some material products and you're related to the material products. Oh, my wife, it's my wife. Is it really your wife? Oh, yeah, this is my son. Is it really your son? See? It's not, it's only real for a time. Your wife is your wife until you get divorced or she dies or you die. Same thing. Your son is your son until they grow up and leave you or they die or you die. So are they really yours? But you know what? Krishna is mine. Krishna is Lalita's. They're real. They're ours forever. We're theirs forever. They're ours forever. See, the living entities. What do you want to be identified with? As a material product with what is only real for a time and then disappears, and then you got to come back because you got so attached to family, friends, and everything. You didn't know anything about this, about your real friend, your real eternal companion. You become unaware, right? How could look at this? Krishna's living right in the hearts of everybody. And he's so close yet so far away because of our attraction to this world. What is Sadhu Sangha? What is coming here about, man? Getting you attracted to what is eternal. See, and then all of a sudden you're sucked out of this illusion. You're taken, that's the rope, he takes you out of this quicksand. See the quicksand, you get in there, you can't get out on your own. You need a rope thrown to you by people that are on the land. We're on the land here, my friends. You want to get out of this quicksand of material identification that's making you less intelligence and diminishing your understanding and all that? Grab this rope of this Sadhu Sangha. Turn your camera on forever. Hold on to this rope. Become deeply attached to what is eternal. Listen to these talks discussing the absolute reality, where it becomes real in your life and real for you, real forever. You think Narada Muni's stopping discussion about Krishna? No, it's ever expanding, ever deep. See? Get caught up in this, and you're caught up in the spirit, man, forever. Otherwise, you're caught up in the dirt and the earth. See, quicksand is part of the earth, right? You get in there, there's no end to it. That's why it keeps taking you down. Maya grabs you and pulls you down and down and down. And if you're lucky, you associate with somebody, a good person, they pull you out. It's like sometimes Christians, see, a little better, usually a little demigodish, and they come to the poor people in the town that are living on the streets and in mode of ignorance, can't even take care of themselves, and say, come on, we'll clean you up a little bit, get you a job. And if the person's willing to come out, they come out and they raise to a little bit of mode of passion. Yeah, now I got a job and I'm going to work. That's better than being, I can't even take a bath, Better, see? And then, so then it goes on. But most fortunate are those who are able to receive this message. Because here we take you right out. We take you, this is the mercy of Lord Caitanya. You could be anything, but if you come here and you hear and you listen, and anything pulling you away, that's your enemy. Like some people, they got drugs. They come here and drugs pull them away. The too much. I mean, I'm not saying all, but whatever's too much in your life, if you got too much drugs, too much alcohol, too much anything, too much material opulence, it could pull you away. That's all I'm saying. I don't care what you're doing. What is pulling you away? That's your enemy. So I got some young people, they're all really on drugs, Come on, that's your enemy. It's pulling you away from Sadhu Sangha. You got to dry out or reduce that. Well, dry out, you got to stop it because it's your enemy, man. It's keeping you from Sadhu Sangha. A lot of good people, inside, but they're too addicted to these things and they can't come regularly and get the strength. I've seen it over and over again. Whatever it is, you could be too attached to a man or a woman. We got some of that going on. And it makes problems for them to come and to be happy here. What are you too addicted to? That's your enemy. See, that's Raganuga Bhakti. It's like, is to release whatever is in your way of progress. Go ahead, Lalita, read on.
So, which is separate from Krishna. He is overpowered by fear. Therefore, you're overpowered by fear.
See, overpowered by fear.
Because,
yeah.
You see?
Yeah, you see how they're doing? Yeah, go ahead. You explain a little bit. What were you going to say?
No, I wanted to read the next sentence. Yeah, you want me to explain it? Well, yeah, when you... It is only in this deep relationship with the Lord that all those feelings like fear and insecurity and loneliness, it disappears only by being connected again out of that separation. And when you are in separation, this material energy is taking over again.
Yeah. I mean, look at how the world is. There's a real vivid example now. In actuality, if you look at the mainstream news, look at what's on the internet, it's all fear-based. See, fear. A promotion of things to try to make you afraid. See, so that's why they have all these problems. See, Maya, the way Maya works now, especially, this is a good teaching for us all, practical. See, the way Maya's working is she's getting problems, making problems. Oh, look at this thing. Look at this virus thing. Look at the war. Look at this. Look at this. See, problem. Negativity thing. See, inauspiciousness. Look at this inauspiciousness. What is she doing? She's eliciting a reaction. What is that reaction? Fear. See, whenever these mundane problems and these things like this, they get you to focus on that, it elicits the feeling called fear. See? And this is how Maya maintains control of you. That's how the servants of Maya keep control of you. This is the big secret this is called Maya Tattva, the truth about Maya and how Maya is working. See? She creates problems, which she naturally does, elicits a reaction. See, elicits a reaction, which is fear. And then Maya has control of you. And right now, Maya wants to limit the freedoms of people, which is great for our preaching, because we have the only real solution. There might be other solutions, but they're not as good as this. This is complete freedom from fear. This is full knowledge. Full knowledge and full ecstatic attraction is complete freedom from fear. That's why it's the best teaching, best knowledge. See, so people, they call it actually the Hellenian dialect. You can look up this Machiavellian philosophy, and they call it the Hellenian dialect. Okay, problem, reaction, solution. So Maya uses that, and her servants are using that in the form of the governments now. They create problems. See, they have technology now that can control the weather. Pretty amazing, huh? So the demons are now doing what the demigods usually do. See, the demigods usually create the good and bad conditions according to karma, right? So if there's too much bad karma in the world, they counteract, they give you punishment even in the world by hurricanes and by inauspicious things, right? That's what they do. But now the demons have this technology to control the weather. So now you get double whammy. You get the demigods reactions, which are karmic. They're trying to be fair, right? The demons are not fair. The demons, they cheat and lie and deceive, and they create the problems. They make more hurricanes. Look at all the tornadoes. They don't have tornado. They've never had so many tornadoes. They even have movies of excessive tornadoes and hurricanes. They never had so many things happen like this. And they're controlling the weather. See? So what does that do? Causes problems, cause more fear. So what does that do? The reaction is fear. So what's the solution? Oh, the government. Oh, we got the solution. You stay in your house. House arrest. You take these things to protect you from the virus, right? You need this. Your immune system. Don't trust the science that we manipulate. Maya is she's such a bitch, man. If you believe, if not, I have no problem with Maya because I don't believe her. Why would I believe it? She lies. It's her nature. How would you like to be this? You look at Naya, you look at, all of those guys, all of the leaders now, Trudeau. You look at him and you laugh. You think, you guys are lying. You got to be a fool to believe them. So many people lie. What are you going to do? You're getting out. You're being taken out because you believe liars. See, can you imagine what you see why Jesus said the truth will set you free? Eternal truth, distinguished from illusion, will set you free. See how many people we can set free by our little show here, our transcendental show. It's truth, man. See, they have lies, and what does it do? Limit you. More limitation, more limitation. And even the demigods can't free you. That's why, ultimately you need the servants of the Most High, the highest of the high, the Mahaprabhu, the Prabhu of Prabhus, all Prabhus, whether they know it or not. We've got that Prabhu here. And he's increasing in potency and strength all the time. You notice? Look at 22 steady here. 2-2, that's a good. It's an occult number. Is it 3 hours already? Why? Time is passing fast today, man. I'm not even, are you bored yet there, Lalita? No, either am I.
I only had needed that toilet, that's all.
Yeah. Must be these. I think the Lord wants these teachings out because they're important. They're really important. It's the secret. It's the key to unlimited wealth, which is the Lord himself, unlimited friendship with God forever, unlimited, the perfect marriage. Can you imagine finding the perfect woman and man to hang out and to a perfect father and mother, the perfect friend, the perfect beloved? Well, hey, man, you came to the right place because that's what we got. The perfect deliverer, the perfect savior, that's who we have. We have that perfect savior, Lord Caitanya. We actually have that Lord. We bound him, man. Prove it every day, man. I ain't afraid. I'm a little bit boastful. Don't worry, the Lord won't leave. He can't leave. He can't leave a good customer. Gohari Das is a good customer. He keeps coming back for more. The Lord's saying, well, he keeps coming back, man. He's a good customer.
Rendezvous.
Rendezvous every day. He's steady. Hey, man, he's more steady than Freddie.
Of course.
Yes, I've seen Freddie gave up celery juice. He was convinced by some other yogi once. He gave up celery juice. Gohari doesn't give up. And you watch, Freddie will someday give up celery juice, but Gohari will never give up the maker of celery and the juice.
Freddie will also never give up the maker of celery juice.
Yeah, I know. He's here. I notice he's here every day too, isn't he? You can tell the ones the most greedy, they show up the most.
Yeah. He has been for 5 years. He was here all the time, Freddie.
I know, it's amazing, huh?
All the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, another verse. What the heck? I'm not feeling so tired yet. I don't know. Sir, strange. Usually 3 hours.
In other words, instead of being the eternal servant of Krishna, he becomes Krishna's competitor.
Can you see how that works here?
Yeah, I
See,
see.
we're eternal servants of Krishna.
Yeah,
See?
I see how that works.
Yeah. Here, I'm only doing this because it came spontaneously and Prabhupada confirmed that, gave the order. See, I was happy just being an eternal servant of Krishna, just chanting Chaitanya verses, Chaitanya Bhagavat verses in great ecstasy. I was happy. And then all of a sudden people started to come. And then Prabhupada comes, I want you to do this. See, and I'm not, that's how it comes. And now, people, they compete with this and it's so unnecessary. You can't compete with this. This is divine providence. This is just happens. But, I'm here to make people so juiced up on Krishna that you start saying what real devotees say, make me poor, make me rich, make me guru, make me a nobody, but don't you ever leave. Let this relationship stay intact forever. And then you do what the Lord, wants you to. Well, I want you to play this role or this role. I want you to be a beggar in this life, or I want you to be a guru in this life. Okay, Lord, you put me in your play. What do you want me to do? But don't you ever leave. I want to be promoting the truth. Go ahead, Lolita. What?
If you look deeply, if you do all those austerities, etc., it's a little bit a kind of competition towards the Lord. It's a kind of, I will make myself perfect instead of saying, you're the only one who can do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, see, it's yeah. That's all. It's like you want to. Yeah. It's a kind of a competition. Better to just. Yeah. Anyway, if you make this connection here, then you realize, oh, it's a gift. See, I'm just preaching what the Lord preached. He said for a long time when he was Krishna and he disappeared, he says, he started thinking about it. For a long time, I have not given this love of Krishna, the Vraj Bhakti, to the residents of the world. I have not bestowed upon the world this thing. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. We're here to bestow that blessing on people because it's been given to us to do that. Remember what the Lord Caitanya? This is confirmed by Madhavinda Puri's preaching and that pastime. The Lord appeared to them when he was an ecstatic devotee, when he was crying and laughing and all these beautiful symptoms, chanting Maha Mantra like we do, many of us do. And he said, because of your ecstatic love, I'm going to appear in the world and deliver it. You see, that's why he's appearing. You see, because of when I was worshiping like this, it came to a point, I got that order from Prabhupada and Krishna. Because of this ecstatic worship, he's going to appear in the world and deliver it. Who's the world? Lalita Ganga, Johan, and others, Freddy's, and all of you guys, Amy's. He's appearing in your world. What world is there? Your world and everybody else's world. Whoever is ready for this, he's going to appear in the world, in your world, and deliver you, isn't he? Doesn't Krishna deliver you now?
Yeah, of course.
Not just, he doesn't deliver pizzas. He delivers Lalitas and Johans and Amy's. He's delivering you guys. He's going to appear because of all from this ecstatic worship. And look, from your ecstatic worship, he's going to deliver others. This is a chain reaction.
Yeah.
This is a multi-level marketing system of the holy name in the ecstasy. It goes, shoots in from one body, to another world, another world, another world. See, we're just following we're showing it's bona fide here. See? The book Bhagavat, the devotee Bhagavats are the same. You know what? I think we're going to play the song and let everybody talk about this a little. Yeah, I think that's good enough for a while. Huh? What do you think, Lilita? Should we stop?
It's okay, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, you see, she's a never-ending sieve. She'll sit here for hours. I have to literally, break it off. Otherwise, she'll just sit here and suck it all up. She just sucks it up. She's a transcendental nymphomaniac. She's a transcendental mad woman. She gets just intoxicated upon intoxication. I remember when we went to Belgium, she was the most intoxicated of all she was stumbling around, You remember that? You stumbling.
You were. Oh, I was stumbling. That's possible, but you were the most ecstatic, of course.
Yeah, I think we all pretty ecstatic. If Guru 24-hour challenge, I will go and cook for him and serve him all day. Replying to Anki, you have a body, so you are a somebody. Exactly. There's somebody out there. Okay, so let's play the Fanny song. This is Fanny song, dedicated eternally to Fanny. Where's the thing? Where's the phone? Hare Krishna. Mm-hmm.
He would go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribol. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribol. Haribol. Take the name into your heart. Take it with you when you part. Haribol. Haribol. Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his praise. Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Haribol, Yashamati Nandana, Brajapavanagara. Haribol, Haribol, Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ.